Aloha and good day, friends and yogis. My name is Nicole Spirit. We're here to do a fun little Be Kind yoga class. I'm super happy to introduce that I've got some quiet, happy guests today. Puka Dog is in the house, Puppy Finn is just lying off to the side. And we're going to start class today in Tadasana, standing mountain pose. So get comfy, get on your mat, make sure you have your favorite beautiful clothing on, supporting one of my favorite people in the world with my new shirt from Monach ImpressionZ. And you can find Bridget on Facebook or Instagram. And on the back, Yoga with Nicole Spirit. I'm super stoked. So thank you for arriving. Let's start with our feet either hip width apart or all the way zipped up, placed right together. And I want you to lift your toes, get super wide, express and feel your digits expand. You can do your hands as well. I'm just naturally adding the hands in. And then lower the toes down from the outside in. You can bring the fingers in as well. Root down through each of your toes. Imagine that you're like a tree and you've got these beautiful roots that are reaching into the ground. Think about your invisible support system. This is one of my favorite visualizations, is all of these roots that are in the earth, hidden deep in the ground, being nourished by all these unseen forces. So that's where you give thanks to your friends and your family and your coworkers and just all of the energies that are supporting you now in life. Let's take a deep breath and just smile into all the cells of our body, set an intention for your day, and kindness is a wonderful barometer to start with, just to really have that baseline of kindness for yourself and others. And of course, my favorite free healthcare tip, just breathe. We're going to slowly now bring our arms up overhead. We're going to clasp our hands together, and we're going to take temple mudra. That's where the last three fingers are interlaced and the thumb and the index point up. We're going to do up that imaginary zipper up the front of the body so that we feel that we're in our nice container. We feel like we've got a good handle on our whole body, on our energy centers, all of our 7 primary chakras. And we're going to start by doing a lateral bend to the right. So tip your body over to the right. You're going to squeeze into the liver, which naturally gives the body a chance to release any stored anger, frustration, or tension, and replaces with vitality and that sense of your confidence, your charisma, your zest, your zeal for life. Let's come back up. Big inhale breath. And on the exhale, we slowly tip to the left side this time. So lateral bend directly over to the side. And this time we're squeezing into the stomach and the spleen organs, right under the rib area. So what you want to do here is think about releasing any worry, any nervous energy, and we replace with a feeling of recreation, good creativity. One more breath, squeezing out any shadow emotions, and just really allowing for yourself to be creative and find good recreation in your life, whatever you love to do. See if you can leave the job and come back to yourself, what you love to do. Gardening, cooking, reading, meditating. Good, you're back up at center now. Gently floating your arms down, and we're gonna let them float all the way by our sides. Let's do 4 ha breaths. Wherever your feet are now, let's step them about hip width apart so your feet are underneath your shoulders. And we're gonna take the arms by our sides. We inhale the arms up. We can look up as well, and then exhale and make the sound on that full exhalation. Inhale up, and then the exhale. Ha is known as the breath of life. It also supports the heart center, and it's the breath that supports all of us. It's the way that we breathe together. We're all connected. Let's do one more. And you sweep away any cobwebs. You know that you're a caterpillar, and you don't just slap on your wings, that it takes a bit of time to become that beautiful butterfly. Now we're going to honor the spine by twisting from side to side. So you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. We're going to bring our arms straight out in front, And we're going to gently twist to the left. So it's like you're drawing back your arm, almost like you're gonna pull a bow and arrow, and you've got that back arm behind you and your front arm reaching out in front, your right arm, and your hips and your shoulders are still aiming towards that front right arm. One more breath. You can also look behind you, look over your left shoulder, and feel that nice twist in the middle body. Then we're going to inhale and exhale, bring that left arm back to center, wiggle your hips a little, and on the next exhale, pull back that bow for your bow and arrow on the right arm and bring it right behind you. Hips and knees and feet all stay kind of facing forwards over that left arm out in front of you, projecting your magical vision, sending your love forwards. And again, you might look over that right shoulder. Last breath, sink a little, play with this a bit. Feel how this is a natural twist of your spine, and then we're going to slowly come back. Big inhale, then exhale. Both arms are in front. Gently start to stand up. Keep your breath going nice and smooth, and then we're going to do our last bend that honors the spine, going forwards and backwards. This is just basically a swaying palm tree. Your arms are at your sides, and you're going to inhale and go forwards. The knees are a little bent. Exhale and go back. Inhale, go forwards, exhale, go back. And I want you to visualize being a tree with a gentle wind. Try not to smoosh your lumbar or low spine. So by that I mean stand up tall before you do a back bend. And if you need to, just leave your hands on your low back and really honor where you're at today. Last one, inhale forwards. I'm going to pick a willow tree today. And as you know, trees look so beautiful when their leaves are dancing in the wind. Beautiful. Release your arms down by your sides. Let's just do a couple of standing poses to honor what it's all about, and then we'll go down to the floor. Let's open up our feet wide, one leg length apart. And today we'll do a nice little transition from our hero pose or warrior Virabhadrasana to one. So we start with our arms stretching out to the sides. Make sure your shoulders have a nice amount of space down from the ears. Your neck feels nice and long. And we're going to turn the right toes out 90 degrees, out in the same direction as the fingers. Big inhale breath. Again, find that imaginary zipper up through the midline of the body. Feel that core strength. And on an exhale breath, we gently bend that knee. Don't let it go past your ankle. And then you can just check in with your arms. You have a couple options. Palms can face up or down. You can sink your shoulders down and gently look out into this beautiful future. Your past is behind you, your left arm. So again, you might glance behind you and make sure that you've got this nice balance and you're centered in this present beautiful moment. Let's go into Shanti Virabhadrasana, warrior or peaceful warrior, pardon me. Reach forwards on your next inhale breath to the right, and then exhale, lift that right arm up and back, and take your left arm. It can arrive on your leg, it can arrive behind your back, and you can gently gaze up at your right arm, maybe bending the elbow just a little bit. One more breath. Take a big peaceful inhale, peace in, and then a big peaceful exhale, peace out. Beautiful. Release your arms down. Let's start to bring the whole body over to the right. So you're going to take your hands on your hips now, pivot on your back foot, step up just a little bit, and your back foot's going to be on more like a 45-degree angle now. So we're coming into warrior one. Again, find that core, find that internal power, your reservoir of energy, your powerhouse, and then inhale. Figure out where you want to put your arms. They can stay with your hands on your hips, up by your sides, or even up overhead. With this breath and this pose, both of your hips are facing forwards and your shoulders are facing forwards as well. One last breath here. Good. Nice exhale. Release both arms down, twist your body to the left, gently arrive back in warrior two, and straighten your right knee. Both arms float down, and you're going to readjust your right foot and bring it in. Good. So stand here for a moment, see how this feels. You can give your hips a little shake. Find that nice smooth breath, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So start by lifting your arms, checking with your shoulders, make sure there's that nice amount of space. Turn your left toes out to the side. Use your exhale breath to bend the knee. Big inhale and then exhale, sink down into warrior. Option to have your palms facing up. And I love the visual. Your front is your future, your back is your past, and your fingers are like magical extensions of your heart, like wings that fly and go all the way around the whole planet. They say that the Akka cords are the golden cords of light, little threads that connect us all to each other's kindness and compassion and goodness. Good, then we're gonna do Shanti Virabhadrasana. Lean forwards on your inhale, Exhale, tip that left arm up and back, and you decide what to do with the right arm. Either it lands gently on the back of the thigh, or you can even tuck it behind your back in a little half bind. Notice your core. Try to be aware of your core no matter what you're doing, especially if you're doing some exercise or yoga or qigong. Breathe. Look up at that left hand, maybe a little bit of a bend in that left elbow. Good, and then we're gonna come into warrior one. Gently drop that left arm down. You can straighten your left knee here just while you're adjusting into the pose. Right foot is gonna turn in, so you're turning to the left. You're going to straighten over and look towards your left leg. Keep your back foot on about a 45-degree angle. And use that exhale to sink again into that front knee. Make sure it doesn't go past your ankle or heel. All right, so arms now. You can stay here, hands on the hips, just guiding the hips and the shoulders, your headlights to face forwards, out in front of you. You can also engage the arms. You can bring the hands together at the heart. You can float the arms up overhead. Another variation is even to look up between your hands. See where you are today. One last breath. Maybe a little bit of a smile into your peaceful hero, beauteous self. Good. And then gently starting to straighten that left leg. Release your arms down and slowly bring yourself back to both feet facing forwards. So again, you can find that little warrior two. You can play with that. What I really like is the energy of staying in your core, really knowing what that core is all about. Let's drop down into spider pose, and then we'll make our way to the floor, and we're just about done. We're gonna come up onto the balls of our feet. Our feet are wider than hip width apart. Big inhale breath, and exhale as you lower down to the floor. And you can use your hands just to prop up underneath you. Give the dog a little pet because they're being so good and quiet. And then you can cross your forearms. I like to take the thumb and the index finger into Gyan or Chin Mudra, and then drop the head below the heart. And that's where you get your endorphins. I just can't help it. Sometimes I like to say endorphins. Anyways, they're funny. They make you feel good. These feel-good chemicals in your own body. Last breath here. Head below the heart. Very mindfully, gently now, release your heels, release your arms, use your core, charge up through the center of the body, and raise up to a nice standing position. Love it. Keep your breath going. Let's gently make our way to the floor. I love this version where you don't use your hands. So see if it's available to arrive slowly down on your knees. If you've had knee trouble or there's stuff going on, please use your hands. But we're going to arrive in what's called a knee stand. Find your breath. And if you need to, I love this option, just double up or triple up your mat underneath you, fold it underneath your knees. This is also really nice for the wrists, and it gives that extra bit of padding, especially if you're on a hard floor. I have 3 yoga mats stacked here, so that's a lot of padding. We're gonna curl the toes under. We're gonna find Ustrasana. And yes, if you want to, I encourage you to try and say that. Ustrasana, Ustrasana. camel pose, camel pose. Not to be mistaken with camel toe pose. All right, so bring your hands at your low back. And this might be it for you today. Just opening up. This takes courage to be kind, to be in your heart, to project your love forwards, to show up. And you know what? It's a responsibility we have to try and find kindness and joy. It's a higher brain function than being a total a-hole. Anyways, so just finding that space within you where you think higher thoughts, you know that you're a kind, good person. And if you're feeling it today, maybe you just lean back a little bit, let the heart and chest open to the sky. This could be your variation. If you're seasoned at your camel pose, you might walk your hands down your thighs a little bit. If you're really feeling it, and I only encourage this if you've done this before, but we have to try sometime, maybe we bring our hands onto our heels. Keep the thighs perpendicular to the ground, 90-degree angle. And again, wherever you are, let your chin and neck open and look up at the sky and beam your heart to the heavens. Good. Wherever you are now, bring your hands back, slowly walking yourself so that your hands arrive at your low back. Give your kidneys a little rub here. Release the chin down. The kidneys represent where we hold vitality, and in the negative, we hold fear and anxiety. So we just want to tell the kidneys you're loved. Give our little adrenal hats a little glow, and then shake out your wrists. Release your feet down. Come onto your belly. So we're going to lower all the way to the floor. Legs out behind you. Slowly float down to the ground. And we're going to finish off with a mini little cobra lift. This is so good for our spine. This helps us consider our core strength. Also from the back side of the body. We never really think about the sides and the back of the body being our core. So I want you to visualize the third chakra, beautiful sunshine in the middle of your body. Hands are underneath you. The hands are right under the shoulders and elbows are tucked in. Find your nice smooth breathing. And with cobra lifts, we just lift a couple of inches off of the ground with our chest and our chin. Inhale up and exhale to lower to the floor. So it's just a small movement. Coming into full cobra or bhujangasana is quite intense for the body, so you want to work up to it very mindfully. It's not a motion we make every day very much, doing back bends, yet so beneficial for our health. If you want a little variation though, and you need a little more, lift your hands off the ground with you. We'll do 3 more like this, or whichever variation. And then this helps make sure you're not just using your arms to push into the ground. Good. So release down now. Let's come into alligator. We'll bring our elbows out to the sides. We'll splay our feet open. And we're going to turn our head one way and rest our cheek on our hand and breathe. Oh my goodness. And if you're lucky, you get little puppy toes touching your toes. At first I thought he was licking my toes, but either way, it's cutie. And he's quiet, and it's such a blessing. Good. Breathe. Come back to center on your next breath. Bring your chin forwards. Walk your feet a little closer together. And then release your arms down by your sides. Wiggle your whole body over to the right side of your mat, and then we're going to do our flip over asana. Gently flip over onto your back. Nicely, quietly, mindfully. Settle your hips and low back into the mat. And we're going to finish off with happy baby. You can do one leg at a time. Draw the right knee and leg in and up. You want to try to keep your right shoulder blade, your scapula, on the ground, your wing. So keep your hand either at the thigh or on the calf. If you reach up to the foot, that's totally cool, but just get that sense of your shoulder gently coming into the floor. And then this is where you can play a little bit. You can move from side to side, open up into that right hip. If it's available, maybe you lift up the left leg at the same time, or just gently release the right leg down and feel that space where your exploring the yin side, the feminine side of the body. And when you're ready, maybe you take both feet up. You can lift your hips as high as you can and then gently try to paint your spine, your sacrum back down into the mat. Flatten your spine as much as you can. Notice if your shoulder blades are totally off the ground. That's okay. Just guide your shoulders towards the floor and breathe and smile and be a happy baby. Maybe you rock from side to side. The whole reason it's called Happy Baby. Don't forget this most important part. Goo goo gaga. Don't miss the woo-woo here. This is the best part. And then we're going to release and we're going to shake like a baby on its back or a bug on its back, whatever. Shake your arms and legs. Breathe. Let go. Get into your wrists, ankles, into your elbows and knees. Keep breathing. Soften. Slow it down. Smile. And then we're going to float down all the way to the floor. Let your limbs release down. Find that smile maybe is still on your face, and maybe you visualize it even inside of your body. This is a nice thing to do. Bring your hands up together. Give yourself a rub between the hands. Another thing you can do if you're still feeling your low back is to bring your knees up and into the chest. You can still be rubbing your hands together, but this is a nice release for the low back and spine. Then wherever you are, release your feet down. You can stretch your legs long or keep the knees up. And then find your energy ball. Open and close your hands. Gently access this beautiful wisdom of healing and invisible energy and light. That little gentle reminder, we're half physical, we're half non-physical. And I want you to visualize this non-physical, beautiful healing energy between your hands. And this is the most powerful energy for you at this time. This is your reminder to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to the earth. This is the most simple Buddhist principle that there is. And if you have a little extra energy, you can intend happiness and good health into this energy ball as well. Then we're going to float this energy to our own body. See where you would like to arrive naturally. Perhaps your hands arrive over your chest or heart chakra, intending love and kindness, releasing any sadness or grief. And we'll just gently float through each of the chakras. You can finish off now or enjoy a little gentle meditation where we inhale light to the root chakra, which is associated with red, and we release any shame or judgment, and we increase our sense of acceptance and being grounded and rooted in our physical body. Then we float some energy into our belly, into our second chakra, and we sense or feel an orange energy like a beautiful fire full of passion and love. And we manage the fire so we don't feel too much worry, but we feel that passionate energy of our creativity. Then we float light into our solar plexus, our third energy center under the ribs. Golden sunshine coming from the inside out, keeping you strong, filling you with zest and vitality for life, releasing any fear or any anxiety. Into your heart center, we float light and love into our all-loving, compassionate heart center. Unconditional love, where we love our favorite thing and our least favorite thing with the same appreciation. Associated with green and pink. And then we're going to gently float our awareness into the throat center, which is our truth. It's our blue energy center. It's our true spiritual name. The voice that we use, the energy that we project from our throat chakra, even if it's not a verbal or auditory thing. Said we glow blue light that the fairies can see. Then we go into our third eye, into the middle of the brain, and we imagine a pearl or a marble or a star or a gem. And we gently connect with what's known as the third eye, or the all-knowing, all-seeing eye. Our intuition, our insight. We release confusion. Take a couple of beautiful breaths, just connecting with your own psychic abilities, your sixth senses as they're called. And then we float gently into the crown or the top of the head, and we feel or connect with purple energy. This is said to be the divine, our connection to our own divinity. And then what that connection is to the grandiose divinity. And a little saying is that we are each a little grain of a sand, grain of sand on the beach, but the beach is the whole thing, and we each are just as important. God is the beach, the divine is the beach, and each one of us is made up of that energy. So connect with your own sense of divinity outside of yourself today. Think good thoughts, be kind, drink more water, and just breathe. Now we do one final visualization for our 8th chakra, or our energy field, our aura around the body. And we see ourselves in a very beautiful protective egg or sphere of energy, and we find our absolute resilience. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, may you do one random act of kindness today, and maybe you don't even tell anybody about it, where you leave some marbles for some little kids, or maybe you leave a little note, you are loved, at a stop sign, or anything. Anyways, random acts of senseless kindness. So be kind, be brave. I'm so happy you showed up. Thank you so much for coming to Yoga with Nicole Spirit. We're going to float our hands together at the heart now, wherever they happen to be. And we'll finish off our practice. We dedicate the merits of our practice to all sentient beings. May we all dwell together with great fruitfulness and harmony. And the light in me greatly honors and sees the light in you. Namaste, friends. Thank you so much. And if you're still here, I so appreciate you coming today. Find us at Yoga with Nicole Spirit. Please subscribe. Hey, Mama. And please like this video. Take good care. Come here, Moo. And Finn says, I'm almost 1 and I love you. Puka Dot loves you too. Bye.